Welcome back. We have some news. This is the IBT, Immortal Boxing Truth channel, and let's just get right into it. So according to ESPN and other news outlets, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are underway for a potential blockbuster heavyweight title unification fight. The boxing match would likely take place in Saudi Arabia and would be a super fight in the sport due to it being the most glamorous division and the biggest guys fighting the biggest guys. They will more naturally appeal to the casual viewer because of that. Anthony Joshua is one of the sport's biggest stars, and together they will hold the entire heavyweight crown. This means if they were to fight, the winner would be the undisputed number one heavyweight in the entire world. So let's go into who these fighters are and what they hold. Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest stars in boxing, and he holds the WBA Super, the WBO, the IBF, and the IBO heavyweight world titles. He is coming off a lopsided victory against Andy Reese Jr. to reclaim the titles he lost, thus becoming a two-time unified champion. During Fury's absence after dethroning Klitschko, Joshua picked up the titles one by one in unification bouts and by consistently fighting and defending against the best opposition in his weight class. He was able to successfully unify every world title, excluding the one Fury now currently holds. Tyson Fury is also a big star in boxing, coming off a hot TKO victory over former heavyweight titleist Deontay Wilder. After this fight, Tyson Fury is now in possession of the WBC, Ring Magazine, and Lineal Heavyweight World Championships. Fury may not have ever defended his title, but he has dethroned two long-reigning heavyweight champions in defeating Vladimir Klitschko by a wide margin and stopping Deontay Wilder in the recent meeting. However, as nice as it would be to go straight into the undisputed bout, there are other things to worry about first. Both fighters are preoccupied with other fights before they can meet. Anthony Joshua has already been scheduled to fight Kubrat Pulev in a mandatory defense of his IBF title, so this fight will prevent him from jumping into undisputed with Fury, because if he tries to, then the IBF will strip him and it will no longer be for every belt, therefore not undisputed. In my opinion, Pulev doesn't really pose a real challenge to AJ, and he doesn't even have a style that should trouble either the big AJ or the moving AJ, so it seems like a foregone conclusion in my opinion, and just a fight to start AJ's new streak of defenses against top 10 opponents. Tyson Fury also has his hands full with the trilogy bout clause being activated by Deontay Wilder. However, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like Wilder really has a good game plan to come out and beat Tyson Fury, so that situation is kind of iffy. The rematch showed that Wilder was vulnerable and that Fury was able to capitalize on that. At the moment, I don't see Wilder being a big threat to Fury because I think Fury just has his number and he has the tools and the skill set to beat Wilder on the front foot and the back foot. If Fury is to try to bypass Wilder and go straight to AJ, he would be violating their contract, likely be stripped, or in a legal battle that would take so long that there would be no point in trying to jump over him. Both Pulev and Wilder have been offered to step aside so that they could meet, but it seems clear that the main issue lies in both Pulev's team, Wilder's team having already rejected the notion of taking any type of step-aside money. For Bob Arum, he wants to push his fighter Pulev to try to beat AJ so that they could hold undisputed in-house. In-house being Pulev versus Fury for undisputed. So even if Pulev loses, it's not like he would be losing a big asset, and it gives Fury more time to deal with Wilder. As for Al Heyman and Team Wilder, they would want to ensure that they get a chance to redeem themselves in a rematch, as Wilder just lost his belt and is currently clearly unhappy about it, as seen by all the excuses he put out after losing. I don't really care to cover the excuses again, but regardless, I think everyone can agree that he wants his title back, and if he takes his step aside, there's no telling whether he'd be able to get a good title shot again. So, the main issue here is that there's too many politics blocking them from jumping straight into the fight. There's complications from Wilder's camp, Pulev's camp, sanctioning bodies, and all the coronavirus causing their own issues that they can't be solved by throwing some money at it. They would need to be able to organize the event due to these reasons, and that's why I am of the opinion that the fight will not happen now despite current negotiations. Ultimately, while these guys currently stand in their way, I think the undisputed will be between AJ and Fury. It may take a while due to some boxing politics, but at the end of the day, I think they will get past their opponents. I think Fury will defend his WBC title. I think AJ will clear out his mandatories that he needs to do so that they can fight for undisputed with the rematch clause, essentially so they don't have to worry about having it interrupted with some mandatory balance or something like that. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury will surely make for a great and historic fight, with the winner being the new, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This has been the IBT Immortal Boxing Truth channel, and leave a like and your comments down below on what do you think of an AJ Fury fight happening in 2021 or 2022? Will anyone else get in the way of Undisputed or possibly usurp either champion? Thanks for watching, and please be sure to support the people in my channels tab. That's all from me today. Peace.